Welcome back, it's Hema here, and we're going to take a look at oil. Now, oil has been moving up and to the right for some time. It's at really important levels, so it's very important we take a close look right now. So today is Thursday, January 20th, 2022. Now, before we look at the charts, important reminder that trading and investing can be extremely risky business. Therefore, it's your responsibility to evaluate any information, opinion, advice, or other content contained in my video. So here we have it, all right? We got the chart of oil futures daily time frame, so every candlestick representing 1 day of price action. We also have my RSI Power Zones indicator on the bottom, and this indicator really helps to better navigate trends, whether they're a sideways trend or an uptrend or downtrend. And in this case, we have an uptrend, right? The oil futures have been up and to the right essentially since the early part of December. Now, here's the cool thing. I use some really awesome, simple, but very effective tools that can help me have expectations where the market will go. That's called a forecast, right? Literally expecting price and time to meet at a certain intersection. When you combine that with momentum, which I teach in the RSI Power Zone system, which really boils down to the 4 zones RSI coverage system, my foundational education, and my new advanced RSI Power Zone system, then you can kind of tweak and amp up what you're seeing even more. So let's take a look. All right, I'm going to pause here and really quickly do my long-term forecasting analysis. All right, I'm back. So it took me about 15 seconds maybe to actually do the analysis, and then in a couple another seconds to annotate it to show you the end result. That's how simple it can be. So you can see that there is a date highlighted out here in yellow, and that is February 7th. So that is a key timing point for oil. What I currently expect is that we are running up in price into that point. However, as you can see, there's this horizontal line at 86.08, and that was the upside target part of the forecast. So as early as December, okay, the earlier part of December, you could have the expectation that oil was going to go up and to the right into this intersection right here. Now, the fact that we've gotten to the price target ahead of the time target has a few different underlying implications. And the cool thing is I detail all those in the loss forecasting trading system. I teach how to use a missed forecast. So I just wanted to give you some background on where you could dive deeper into my content to be able to do this type of analysis for yourself. Let's finish out with looking at where oil is right now and what I recommend you do to manage it. So coming back to the chart here, we have price action that's consolidating around the current price action, right? Around the current price target, I mean. And we had a Doji Candle yesterday. So the Doji Candle has lots of different implications. I dive into some of them in the Gann candlesticks trading system. What it's a precursor of is a potential trend change. But as you can see, it doesn't necessarily happen the next day. So even though we had a Doji at a price target, that alone is not a sign to sell. If you were long anywhere on oil recently on a day trade or in a swing trade, I would not necessarily just close out your position just because you reached the price target. I would, however, want to protect your position. So if you're long, then from a swing trading perspective, I would recommend that you trail your position up to this low from January 13th at the minimum, so that if there's any reversal lower, you capture profit. And if you want to be a little bit closer to price action, but still go based off science, then I would recommend using the low from January 18th. This ties into a Gann concept of 2-bar trailing stops that I detail and teach in my Gann patterns system course. So this is where we are in oil in terms of this up and to the right. Now, you might be wondering, Hema, well, this is all well and good if oil actually turns down from here. But what if it keeps going higher, right? Hey, I don't have a crystal ball, so you're right, it might do that. If it keeps going higher, that's when I would also start to incorporate the past price action in oil, right? We don't want to forget that oil has traded above $90 before, so we want to look back and see what that was like and what price action was there. Now, you can change to a shorter term time frame chart to go look at that history, or you can consolidate your data and pull back as far as you can to see it. So it looks like I have to go back a little further in time. So here in my TradeStation chart, I'm going to go back 4 years instead of 2 years. And now I can see where price action was around those levels. So we would be making new multi-year highs. If I wanted to see where we were beyond that, this is where I would change the time frame. So again, same chart, same analysis, I'm just changing the time frame. And now you can more easily see if we keep going higher through this 86.08 target, Where might the next resistance be? And on the continuation chart, you can see that's the high from May of 2015. That's the level of importance on these resistance levels that we're at right now, that these are multi-year highs we're testing. And therefore, I don't think that the current run-up has that much room to go, because you can see here there's a lot of past selling pressure in this sort of $85 to $90 range. Also, if you look down at the RSI Power Zones, there is a pattern here where the RSI Power Zones are continuing higher, but they are not performing as they should relative to the recent action of the RSI Power Zones. And this is something I go really deep on in the advanced RSI Power Zone system, looking at factors that are outside of the basic ones, outside of the basic patterns, and getting way more deep on the charts. So for these reasons, the price and time forecast, the behavior of the RSI Power Zones on this weekly chart, as you can see here, sort of not picking up pace even though price is, and the behavior of momentum here in the daily chart, coming back to some recent levels. This is a concept of relative zones or historical holds, again, detailed in advanced RSI Power Zones. Because of all that, I think that we are likely to see a pause to this oil uptrend, and again, bringing back that pink line to help you guide any stop placement. If you are long, at the minimum, I would recommend protecting your stop or protecting your position beneath the January 13th low. And if you want to get a little closer to the price action, but still be based on logic and science, come to this January 18th low. All right, guys, that's how we do it. That's how we put my trifecta of price, time, and momentum in action on the charts. So I look forward to seeing what happens here in oil. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow, and I'll catch you next time. You can sign up at the link to get my hot, timely, actionable updates as soon as I publish right to your inbox.